All right. We're in a chapter called quadratics. A quadratic equation is when you have x squared. Okay? Sometimes it has an x also, sometimes it doesn't. Y equals x squared minus 3, no x. Y equals x squared plus 2x minus 3, there's an x. This is a quadratic equation. If you graph any quadratic, you get a parabola, no matter what. All right? Just like if you have y equals mx plus b, you always get a line. Three things can happen on a parabola. It could not cross the x-axis at all. Okay? See? It's never going to cross this, is it? It could cross the x-axis at only one point. It's hard to draw. Okay? None. One. And then obvious is it crosses it at 2 points. These are called the x-intercepts. They're also called the zeros. If you want to just call it the zero or the x-intercept, I don't care. Okay, the x-intercept is where, well, when we did lines, the x-intercept was where it crossed the x-axis. We always concentrated on the y-intercept, but we also had an x-intercept. Okay, where it crosses the x-axis is what is the solution to your parabola. For example, and this is ahead of the game, but I just want you to understand where we're going. If I find what x is equal to when I make y 0, okay, when I make this 0, I will find where this parabola crosses the x-axis. That's what the solution of a quadratic is. Where does the parabola cross the x-axis? You're either going to get no solution because it doesn't cross. You're going to get one solution because it only crosses right there. Or you're going to get two solutions. That's all a quadratic equation answer means. Where does it cross the x-axis? What are the zeros? So let me draw one. Okay. Here's a coordinate plane. And let me put one right there. And 1, 2, 3, right there. Okay. So I have some parabola. I'm not even going to, here, I'll do it better because it'll confuse you looking at my lousy picture. This is -1, 0. This is 3, 0. This parabola crosses the x-axis 2 places. That means somewhere there's an equation that produced 2 answers, and this is where the parabola crossed. That's what it means. Now, the middle of your parabola is called what?
Vertex. Oh, no.
No.
Axis of symmetry.
The axis of symmetry. The axis of symmetry is some imaginary line that cuts your parabola exactly in half. Okay? You can usually tell by just looking at the graph. All right? Where's the axis of symmetry there?
1.
At 1. So you would say x is 1. That's the axis of symmetry. By the way, if you can't tell by looking, let's say I didn't have any marks here. What if I only had the ordered pair, that's 3, sorry, 3, 0, and -1, 0, and there were no other lines? How would you tell what the middle of that was? Huh? Count what? There's no lines to count.
Yeah, but like you figure it's pretty easy. It's just
Okay, here's without counting. This one crosses at -36, 0, and this one crosses at 30, 0. Where's that axis of symmetry? what would you do? Add them. If I add them, I get -6. Is that the middle?
No, it's -3.
How do you know that?
Common sense.
I know, but you have common sense. Not everybody does.
3 goes into both of them.
No, you can't reduce. This is not a fraction.
So if you take the 3 off of that 6 and then put it on.
By the
this-
way, it's -3.
Or you turn that one at 33 and put the 3 on that. I don't know. I'm not really sure how I did it.
You did it because you have math sense.
Yeah.
Except you didn't say negative. So.
Well, yeah, something. Well, you know what I meant. What I meant.
How do you find the middle of any two numbers? Huh?
You add them up and divide by 2.
You add them up and divide by 2. Isn't that the middle of everything? If you have 2 quiz scores, how do you get your average? Add them up and divide by 2. So -36 plus 30 is -6 divided by 2, -3. That means that -3, well, it's a bad picture, obviously, because I have this one too far away. But -3 is the middle. The axis of symmetry is the middle of your parabola. And then once you have the middle of your parabola, I'm going to show you how to find the vertex. So, if I have a parabola somewhere on a coordinate plane, and you have a point here, and you have a point here, now it's going to be negative, let's say -8, 0, and 5, 0. What is x right there? How would you get it? Negative what? 1.5. -8 and 5 is -3 divided by 2, 1.5. That's not right.
It's negative.
That is right.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, that's right.
no. That's not right.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's right.
It's -1.5.
That's the middle?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, so what? Now the whole world can see it.
Jeez.
I had it wrong in my head. What? Okay, that's the middle. That is called your axis of symmetry. Your axis of symmetry answer is given by putting x equals whatever it is. You with me? Okay.
Just on it.
Huh?
I'm not doing it the same way that you're doing it, but I'm still getting the right answer.
I know what you're doing. You're using math sense.
Because because you have to make them, if
Wow,
you make
Joe,
them the
make a
same
girl get up.
number, then you can figure it out.
Wow. A respectful young gentleman, aren't you, Joel? Goodness gracious. Good job.
Do we really need to have that on film?
It's okay. He made Alice get up to get the door.
Okay, stop. Now, what is the x-intercept? 3. So your axis of symmetry, x equals 3. You with me? All you need to know right now, until this next part, is the axis of symmetry is an imaginary line going through your parabola. Something wrong? Oh, that cuts it in half. What?
What happens if there's none? What if there's no?
That's a great question. What's the axis of symmetry?
Nothing.
None.
There's.
Undefined.
There is one.
She's not on it.
You just don't know what it is.
You could figure it out.
Oh, do you just go straight?
Well, the zero of an equation is where does it cross the x-axis. This does not cross the x-axis. But it does have an axis of symmetry.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it
but
has
it
that.
does not cross. If I have an equation that produces this parabola, there's no solution. Because the solution of a quadratic is where does it cross the x-axis? The answer is it doesn't. Okay?
So you just put none, or it doesn't?
There's no solution is what you're going to put as soon as you learn how to do this. Yeah.
Is the axis of symmetry, is it like the vertex?
No. The axis of symmetry is an imaginary line that goes through the vertex.
So I mean, can you put the same thing?
No. The vertex is an ordered pair on where the top or the bottom of your parabola is. Okay, so let's say, for example, let's just take this one. Okay, your axis of symmetry here is 3. Your vertex is an ordered pair on where that happens. Right there is 3, 0. Here's another example. Okay? This is your axis of symmetry. Let's say that goes through 6. X equals 6. Your vertex is 6 something. Okay? All right. Now, how to find the vertex without a picture. Y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. This is a quadratic equation. If I give you y equals 3x squared minus 5x plus 8, you need to know what a, b, and c are. What's a? 3. What's b? -5. What's c? 8. Okay, it's very important you can pick out a, b, and c. Let me give you another one. Y equals x squared minus 4, which, by the way, can be factored. X plus 2, x minus 2. You got to do that next week. All right. What's a? 1. What's b? 0. C? -4. So far, so good. Okay. This is a random equation that produces a parabola on a coordinate plane. Does it go up or does it go down? Up. Okay? We have no idea where it is or anything yet. We are going to first find the axis of symmetry. The way to find the axis of symmetry is to memorize this formula. And you don't have to worry about memorizing it because it is going to be used so often you're going to do it in your sleep. Okay? That's the first step. Axis of symmetry. The opposite of B over 2 times A. What is the opposite of B? -8. 2 times 1. Here's my suggestion that 90% of you will never follow. Write that down. Do not do it mentally, because as soon as you screw this part up, you screw up everything. If you have the wrong axis of symmetry, your whole parabola is messed up. Your first quiz has 2 questions, because it takes that long to graph a parabola. You're going to graph it by first finding the axis of symmetry. Then you're going to find the vertex from that. And then you're going to find a couple of points. Okay? So, what is the axis of symmetry here? I mean 8. I just make
-4.
mistakes when I'm filming.
-4.
-4. That means that on some coordinate plane, this goes through -4. Okay? We don't know where yet, but it goes through -4. You know? 1, 2, 3, 4. It goes somewhere. That's the middle of your parabola. With me? Now let's find out what the bottom, why am I saying bottom and not top? The bottom of that parabola is.
Negative.
Because you know that it's going to open up to the top.
Because you know it's going to be opening up, so we're finding the vertex. How do you think you could find the vertex if you know X? Plug it in. erase this, put -4, erase this, put -4. Now, most of you can do this mentally. I want everybody to practice this with their calculator right now, because these are going to be decimals sometimes. Make sure you can plug it in and get the correct y. What do you get?
1 minute.
I got -28.
Negative 4. Negative 16.
Wait 1 minute.
I got negative 4.
It's -4. If you can't get -4, you're doing something wrong, and I'd like to help you.
What are we doing?
Plugging it in.
Oh.
That gives you -4, guys. Who can't get -4? Did you get -4?
Yeah.
Left parenthesis, -4, right parenthesis, squared button. You have an X squared button.
Oh, it's squared.
You can just push it.
Forgot to do squared.
Everybody can do it? So, -4 is my vertex. So, -4, -4. My parabola goes like that. Well, I don't know where it goes. I don't know how wide it is yet. I don't know anything. But I do know that it goes up, and I do know the vertex. And that's all I want you to be able to do today. I'm not going to push you so that you don't understand what's going on. Okay, let's do another one. Remember, you have to know how to pick out the B and the A for this particular part. All right, hang on, I got a good one. Here it is. Y equals -x squared minus 2x. Okay, first thing you're going to do is find the axis of symmetry by using the formula x equals -b over 2a. That will give you, first of all, how does this parabola look?
Down.
It goes down. So we are looking for the imaginary line where it goes through. Okay, use the formula and see if you can get the axis of symmetry first. You might want to practice with your calculator because these numbers will not always be pretty.
How ugly will they get? How ugly will they get?
Well, the next one is 2.5.
Oh, okay. That's it.
2.5 times 2.5 minus 2 times 2.5, kind of a pain.
Yeah.
You guys get -1?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, that means we have a parabola that goes upside down through -1. Now, means our vertex is -1 something. Find the something. Plug it in.
Oh.
1 minute.
That's a little bit. Very interesting.
Nope,
3.
nope,
I got
What?
1.
What?
How?
Oh my God, you guys.
I got 3.
I got negative 2.
One.
All right, let's practice our calculators. Negative parenthesis, -1 parenthesis, x squared button, minus 2 parenthesis, -1
And
parenthesis.
it gives you 3. Oh, wait, no.
Gives you 1.
I messed up, I see what I did.
See, the calculator kills. I didn't have a calculator when I did this in high school. Actually, I did this in college. You guys are doing algebra 2 of the 60s.
Wait, so this was algebra 2 back there?
In the 60s, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Gets harder and harder every decade. Your kids will know more than you.
How come like,
Yeah, that's
They
gonna be
do-
so weird. when
That's
they're
how
kids,
it is
they're gonna be
now.
like freaking robots doing like college classes. Like when they're in like
I know.
8th grade.
8th grade, dude, taking college algebra. It's crazy.
it is crazy.
Okay, can you get it? That's the vertex.
I cannot get it.
That
Oh, wait,
means
yeah, yeah. I'll be getting
that
it.
somewhere on a coordinate plane, we have a parabola that has a vertex of -1, positive 1, duh.
And so,
And it goes upside down. Now, we don't know where it goes, we don't know how wide it is, we'll do that on another day. I just want you to be able to find the vertex right now.
okay,
Is this all the homework is? Do we have
What time's is class over?
6 minutes.
Or like
Okay.
5 minutes?
900.
Good. Let's do one more, and yeah, you can go.
what's the homework?
Just hang on.
This right
You
here?
know, world's not revolving around you right now.
You're right.
Y equals 5x squared minus 10x plus 3. Find the axis of symmetry. Find the vertex. Get it? And the notes?
Yeah.
And then you guys, we're going to do one of each section together so you don't go home and do it all wrong. Find the axis of symmetry using the formula. Find the vertex by plugging it in.
Alright.
Keep that rolling. I'm going to do that example on video.
Holy crap.
It's on the net, probably.
Oh my,
What?
I don't know if I'm
I just, I'll get it.
The zero of a function is the x-intercept.
Okay.
I think I messed up pretty bad.
Huh?
I just got positive 25 and 2,870.
What?
Yeah.
I got 13.
Okay, we have a problem with
I
calculators.
have one -2.
I got 13.
I have 25,
Guys,
comma, 2,828.
the answer is 1, -2.
Yeah, I got
Yeah, you're gonna have to start to do that.
Okay, axis of symmetry. Opposite of B over 2A. 1.
2 times 10.
I left it negative.
Yeah,
I got
it's
1
times
and
2
10.
times, I'm sorry, 5. 1. 10 over 10 is 1.
Wait.
Shouldn't it be negative 10 on top?
Yeah,
Shouldn't it be
It's
negative 10
giving me
on top?
25 every
Look,
time.
is that not
It's
how,
opposite of B.
I have no idea.
is this not how you?
Oh, you cannot use your
It's
calculator
giving me 25.
without parentheses. Your numerator would have to be in parentheses. Your denominator would have to be in parentheses. This is why I told you guys to write it down.
I don't
See,
know.
What are you doing now?
Wow.
Right.
I don't even have it.
40 years of watching mistakes, I know them. All right, then you put 1 in. 5, 1 times 1, minus 10 times 1, plus 3. So your axis of symmetry, you would write x equals 1. Your vertex, you would write 1, -2. You better learn how to use your calculator or you better quit using it. What you are doing, when you put 10 divided by 2 times 5, is you did 5 times 5. Your calculator doesn't know you have a fraction. The only way your calculator can get the right answer is to take the numerator and divide it by the denominator. You can get it that way. But if you're going to take that formula, negative b over 2a, on a calculator, this has to be in parentheses, or your calculator doesn't know it's a denominator. It does order of operations. Okay, so let's do one of each part. Okay, on 9b, the 0 is where it crosses the x-axis. Turn that video off.